going into sports, so according to ESPN.com, Giannis Antetokounmpo, who scored 50 points in their Game 6 victory in the NBA Finals, giving them the first championship since 1971 when Kareem Abdul-Jabbar won it over 50 years ago. So congrats to them. And what's interesting is that you know they were lucky to be able to win it because they have the best player in the league right now, the two-time reigning I won't say reigning two-time NBA MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo, which for all of his hardships when he started when he was younger, when they were in Greece, and how he was brought up and how he came drafted in the NBA, and where he is now is a testament to his character and so forth. He did not join any super teams, but he stuck it out. He believed that the company here, the Milwaukee Bucks team, supported him, wanted him to flourish, did everything on their power to surround him with better players. And kudos to the owners here. Obviously, to win a championship, you need a superstar here, and they were lucky to get one, but not maximizing his ability, their talent, would have wasted, years of languishing in the league here. So, looking at Mavericks here, are you going to waste the prime years? I won't say prime years. He hasn't reached his prime years for Luka Doncic. Then you have Dame Lillard. His prime years is being languished. Is the team doing everything in their power? But going back to the Milwaukee team here now, obviously, signing a long-term contract, a 5-year supermax contract in Giannis' situation is tremendous. It gives security not only to the player but also security that the team knows that he will still be there years to come. And obviously, Giannis, if you've seen many of his interviews, is a very prideful person. Rather than go to a super team, he could have won championships by teaming up with other superstar players. He stuck it out. Stuck it out with the Milwaukee. Stuck it out with Chris Middleton. They're now champions, and with the addition of Drew Holiday was tremendous. So, great job on the front office for hiring those people. And obviously, according to Giannis, he mentions that he couldn't just leave. So, having that ambition to succeed and having that drive when he became looking for a challenge, he got a tweet of all people from Mr. Kobe Bryant for him to, aim high in terms of garnering MVP status, and then after reaching that is obviously reaching a higher tier, which is win championships. Now, if Mr. Kobe Bryant was still alive, he would push him even further to say, why stop at one? Win multiple championships in a row, and see where it takes you. And I think that's his mentality here, and you can see from his interview after winning the championship, he's very proud of the hard work the team, accomplished. Not just the players on the court, but all the people behind the scenes and all the way to the president of the Milwaukee Bucks. And it's interesting that the struggles that the team encountered, even though they had season success from years back, they were number one in terms of team wins, but during the playoffs they got booted out from the Toronto Raptors. Then the year before, there were 2 years before, they were defeated by the Miami Heat. But things have changed, so they have learned from their mistakes. So, in one of the things that I like about what Giannis was saying during his interview, he mentions that coming back, I was like, this is my city. They trust me. They believe in me, and they believe in us. So obviously, it's tremendous having the support of not just the team but also the city behind here. Now, getting the right pieces to surround the best players is important here. So having the right players, so when they acquired Drew Holiday this year, they imagine that. What was the name of the other player who plays at Atlanta Hawks? Is it Bogdanovich? I forgot his name. Who plays in Atlanta? He could have been in Milwaukee and then has a championship by now. And then they traded for PJ Tucker, which is a key role player in their rotation during their championship run. And obviously hiring the coach of Mike Budenholzer a few years back was seems a good hire because of the fast-paced uh, uh, style of his coaching style, and obviously it translated to great success in the regular season. But when he was still coaching in Atlanta, those teams tend to falter during the playoffs. Now, obviously, having a superstar player in the case of Giannis is going to make a lot of improvements for winning the championship here. And what's interesting, I like the message that Mr. Atoko Giannis mentioned here. I know I'm a role model, but this should make every person, every kid, anybody around the world believe in their dream. So if he was able to achieve it through sheer luck, talent, and drive and will, and no matter whatever you feel when you're down, when you don't think it's going to happen for you, or you might not make it in your career, whether it be might be basketball, might be anything, just believe in what you're doing and keep working on it. Right? Obviously, you may not get to the same level as he is, but you still reach a certain level of success, and which I think everyone would agree that we want to be successful in life, regardless how the economy is doing, how life has treated us, and so forth. And he goes on to say that don't let anybody or nobody tell you what you can be and what you cannot do. Obviously, a lot of critics have been stating that he will never win the championship because of his many limitations. He might be a great scorer, great rebounder, a great athlete, but he cannot shoot outside the 3 points, and he can't shoot his free throws. But does it even matter? you know, if he can dominate inside the paint, similar to how Shaquille O'Neal did in his prime heyday, he only scored within the basket, and he doesn't shoot free throws well. So he still won 4 championships, right? So meaning, you have to surround the best players with the right role players, so that gives him the maximum best chance. And now it's on to the next step, which is, can you repeat and win multiple championships, similar to how LeBron did it. Durant is trying to do this in Brooklyn, and then you have Golden State, who's trying to recapture their glory days. And according to him, he also goes on to say that 8 years ago, 8 and a half years ago, when I came to the league, I didn't know where my next meal will come from. My mom was selling stuff in the streets. Actually, there was a video or report stating where he was in Greece, where he and his brothers, I think it was Tanis, they slept on the gym on a, I don't know, what was it? A cushion of sorts. So that's how bad the situation is. So when they were going to practice, they'd rather sleep there, so that by the time practice would start, they're already there in the venue already. Anyway, he goes on to say, and now I'm here sitting at the top of the on the top of the top. I'm extremely blessed, extremely blessed. If I never have a chance to sit on this table again, I'm fine with it, and I'm fine with it. He goes on to say. So I hope this can give everyone around the world hope, and I want to believe in their dreams. And I think he is the best case example of what hope would look like. And I think at the age that where he is now, he still have a long ways to go. Years to use his talent to reach even higher depths. And he's now the face of the franchise and also face of the league. And congratulations to them. With Antetokounmpo manning the middle, you have Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday, supporting him. So now we have a new big three in terms of those three superstars now. So did they deserve those big contracts? Well, I think it does now, especially for those who were doubting that Drew Holiday, were understated, so to speak, in terms of personality. But in terms of action, you can see his gameplay here. He was able to limit the scoring abilities of both Chris Paul and even Devin Booker. So congrats to them. And it takes a team to be successful, but you have to have the right players. And if you're lucky enough to be able to draft LeBron James, Michael Jordan, in this case Giannis, hold on to them dearly, so that the Milwaukee now is benefiting not just the team. Obviously, your valuation will go sky high. The city itself, a lot of people will go to your city and watch him play every time he goes on the court. And obviously, the surrounding area, similar to how the Staples Centers, they built a what do you call this? They built not just the city, but build different establishment to enhance the experience of those who supports watching the teams in the venue. Anyway, looking forward to the next season.